Thank you for staying with us. There is still mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. And time check right now is 8:41 a.m. It's time for Mainland Focus. This is the part where we get to select two or more major stories off the front pages of our dailies, and we'll spotlight it and, just give some room for you to share your thoughts and your contribution as regards this hot topics for the day, or the focal points for the day. My name still remains Omobola Sandra, and Fuad Sahid will also be joining the program any moment from now. We're also live on Facebook and YouTube. So the moment we drop the focal point for the day, you can join the conversation on our Facebook and YouTube platforms and live chat section. Thank you very much to Akimbami Elesomi Michael, who joined us during Trends in the Papers on Facebook. He also dropped a comment there. Well, we're currently live now for Mainland Focus, so join the conversation. But the focal points for the day, we're taking them off the front pages of the Punch and Vanguard newspaper. The first one is as regards ransom payments, crowdfunding for kidnapped victims. And now, what we have in the story is that security operator, the government rather, let's not, streamline that. The government rather believes that ransom payment is making kidnapping a thriving and lucrative business in Nigeria. Do you agree that ransom payment is what is fueling kidnapping in the country? And what are the alternatives to ransom payment in a kidnapping situation? Because the government has said that, the federal government has warned against crowdfunding for ransom payments. As you know, we have here the Delta State Police Public Relations Officer Bright Edafe, in a post via his official X handle on January 2nd, said that crowdfunding for ransom payment is criminal. It's dangerous and should not be encouraged. Let's stop making kidnapping a thriving and lucrative business in Nigeria. This tweet is deeper than you think. It's not about the police, me or the police. We seriously need to discourage this. The Force Public Relations Officer himself, Muyiwa Adejobi, also said that the practice of ransom payments undermines security and contributes to the abduction spree in the country. And he has pointed out that ransom payment is a crime in the country. So, what are the alternatives to ransom payment in a kidnapping situation, and how best can the government and security operatives address the scourge of kidnapping across the country? Because what we have here now is that the more people pay for these things, the more people will be encouraged, or the more these kidnappers will be encouraged to take advantage of this and just keep picking up people and keep requesting for money. I mean, look at the story or the situation of those kidnapped pupils in Ekiti State, for example, where aside from the 15 million naira that was paid, they also requested for fried rice and chicken and malt drinks and energy drinks, insisted on that to be added to the money that was paid. So do you agree that ransom payment is fueling kidnapping, is what's making kidnapping to become a thriving business in the country? And if you agree that yes, it is criminal for us to pay ransom, then what are the alternatives to ransom payment in a kidnapping situation? Your folks have been picked up, you have gotten a call, paid a certain amount. You don't want to pay ransom because you don't want to run afoul of the law. What is the alternative to that? That's the question. How best can the government and security operatives address the scourge of kidnapping across the country? Now, that is the first focal point taken from the Punch newspaper. Let's also look at the second focal point taken from Vanguard newspaper. And it says here, Presidency and Atiku fight over Tinubu's policies. The story is on pages 13 and 30 of Vanguard newspaper. We weren't able to take the entire scoop, so let's quickly run through that. The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, has faulted, that was in 2023, has faulted President Bola Tinubu's economic policies, claiming the president's performance on the economic front over the past 6 to 7 months has been disastrous. And he said, what we have is, and I quote, "The economy's performance has in recent weeks and months been a subject of intense discourse among Nigerian citizens at home and abroad. Nigerians are gravely concerned, and rightly so, that Tinubu's poor response to Nigeria's economic challenges is setting the stage for a prolonged and deeper domestic economic crisis. The private sector is shrinking by the day as small businesses are emasculated and as multinational companies, confused and weary of the economy, leave Nigeria in droves. The intense cost of living has created more misery for the poor in towns and villages. There is hunger in the land as basic commodities, including bread, are becoming out of reach for average Nigerians. He also went further to say, and I quote, his 2024 budget is a business as usual exercise, bereft of concrete ideas and actions that will support Nigeria's journey towards economic transformation, consisting mainly of wasteful expenditures to cater to a bloated federal government. Budget 2024 will not facilitate growth and cannot empower our citizens to earn a living and live a decent life. His initiatives are literally uninformed, arbitrary, and chaotic. Bad palliatives are too mean, pitiable, and contemptuous of the poor. He seems genuinely lost, bewildered, and overwhelmed. To mask their failures, BAT and his political appointees are busy blaming his predecessor in office for bequeathing a dead economy. It's a long read. I just had to quickly, pick those out. It's a very, very long read. The statement of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar as regards, the performance of the current administration as regards economy. But then there's a response to that from the special advisor to the president on information and media in person of Mr. Bayo Ononuga, who in recent weeks has been very vocal as regards a lot of things in the country at this time. But then let's see what we have here. The presidency has, responded to the statement of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. They said the former vice president has assumed the position of opposition in chief to President Tinubu and his government. He also said Atiku's claim that the government's policies have created intense cost of living pressures are not grounded in facts, claiming that recent comparative cost of living indices showed that Nigerians still enjoy the lowest cost of living in Africa. All right, all of this contained in a statement issued by Bayo Ononuga. He said Atiku, he said that the president and his able team are working very hard to make our country better, ensure our economy is stronger and more competitive, and that Atiku Abubakar and his cohorts may continue to bellyache. The statement reads, and I quote, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar has certainly found a new hobby to keep himself busy, having failed to achieve his lifelong ambition of becoming the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He is increasingly carving for himself the role of opposition in chief to President Bola Tinubu and his government. And he went further to say Atiku's latest diatribe was another uncharitable commentary on the state of the economy and the efforts of the president's administration in remolding it for sustained prosperity. Nigerians can easily see through the hypocrisy of Alhaji Atiku, who, in accusing the president of poor response to the nation's challenges and causing pains and despair, didn't offer any better policy options in his run for the presidency, different from the economic reforms agenda being pursued by the president. I mean, that's as regards the fact that during the campaigns and all of the presidential candidates agreed on the removal of fuel subsidy and unification of the forex rate. Now, he also went further to say that he said quite a lot. Now, minus Atiku, reputable local and international agencies who understand the situation have commended the administration. He went further to say quite a whole lot. I mean, it's a long read from both Alhaji Atiku Abubakar and Mr. Bayo Ononuga. I can't take them all. We don't have so much time. But I get you get the drifts. I guess you get the drift, rather. But do you agree with Atiku's position? And what is your take on the government's response? It's very simple, straightforward. But do you agree with Alhaji Atiku's position as regards the economic policies of this administration? And what is your take on Mr. Bayo Ononuga's response to what Alhaji Atiku Abubakar has said? Let's have a conversation around this. Those are the two focal points for the day. The first is as regards ransom payment fueling kidnapping. Do you agree or not? And then we have the presidency versus Alhaji Atiku as regards the President Bola Tinubu's economic policies. Let's have a conversation around that. But before that, Fuad Saheed will be giving his own, contribution before we open the phone line officially for you to join in. Fuad Saheed, thank you for standing by. Hello? 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 All right, just hold on. We'll reconnect with you in a bit. This is Mainland 98.3 FM. You are listening to Mainland Focus, where we speak two or more major stories off the front pages of our dailies, and then, flesh things out, have a conversation or build a conversation around it, for us to see what exactly is the way forward. All right, yes. Fuad, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you. Please go on.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to make it very, very fast. Right. On the issue of crowdfunding, fueling kidnapping across the country, as much as what I would tell the police authorities and of course the government generally is that as much as we want to discourage the idea of crowdfunding, ransom payments, and all of that, we have to learn to read the room and know when we place issues based on the reality of the moment. I think what we should be talking about now is how to stop these issues of kidnapping really, than trying to deflect on the real issue and think that ransom payment is the reason why this is a scourge now. The reality is that a lot of people who try to gather these monies and pay these monies are not happy doing it. It's not a thing of joy to them to make these payments. But when you find yourself in a situation where you have no choice, you are pushed to do it. That's why I actually have to pick up the story of the ex-DSA director who said, look, until I was kidnapped too, I was the major proponent of don't pay ransom for anything. There's no human being, Sandra, that will be found in that situation where a loved one, a child or a wife is kidnapped, that will not want to do something. And that's why a lot of Nigerians are not even reporting these cases to the police. So I think that the focus of government and the police authority should now be how to stop this scourge of kidnapping. If there are no kidnapping situations, nobody will be thinking of paying any ransom or doing crowdfunding to pay kidnappers. So they should just do their job and stop scratching the surface and deflecting on the real issues. That's on that. And then on Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, I've been one of the people that have criticized Alhaji Atiku Abubakar for not playing proper opposition politics. When Rivers happened, even when those state issues happened, I said, look, where is Alhaji Atiku Abubakar? This is the time that we expect some vibrance from an opposition leader in the stature of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. It can't be quiet. That's what opposition politics is about. You are supposed to be there, digging up issues, bringing up the things the government is not doing well, and talking about it. And that's what he's doing. And like I said, when we're talking about Mr. Fᴏʟʟᴏ, look, as human beings, we are all entitled to our different opinions. But there's one thing we are not entitled to. That's our set of facts. Because the fact is the fact. The fact is that whatever the government has done within the last 8 months has brought untold hardship on Nigerians. I'm telling the two policies of government, which is subsidy removal and the of the Naira. Even though if Alhaji Atiku has promised the same thing during the campaign, he's not the president now, and maybe he would have done it a different way. Policies can look the same, but the application might be different and implementation. So maybe this government was supposed to do the same policy Atiku had promised, but the implementation was faulty. So I would have thought that if Bayo Onanuga, for example, Mr. Bayo Onanuga, would have concentrated more on replying Atiku by telling him what the government is trying to do to resolve the problem. He likes to start by first insulting and then trivializing real issues. Oh, he's just not in the pain of defeat, or because he failed to achieve his land-long ambition. So, and that's why I keep saying it. A lot of times people have argued it, even with some of our colleagues in the industry, that a lot of times brilliant journalists are not really brilliant PR people. And that's the mistake a lot of politicians make. They just look for one brilliant journalist somewhere because he knows how to write very well, he knows how to speak, and then when it comes to the job of being a spokesperson, they appoint the person. And then the person begins to move and flap around with the job. I'm sorry, Mr. Bayo Onanuga is not doing a brilliant job because you can't become an attack dog while speaking for the president. They are supposed to stick to the issue and tell the people what your government is doing to solve their problem, not to begin to attack everybody and then begin to make ridiculous comparisons. now the comparison is that Nigeria has the best living standard among other African countries. Oh, so that is the standard now. So we should begin to compare ourselves with Somalia. We should begin to compare ourselves with the Republic. I would say the living standard is even better than those ones. What is no set of facts to have come to that conclusion? Is it telling me that we are better than people in Egypt? We are better than people in Morocco? Is that what it's saying? What are the facts? And should he just admit that Nigerians are living in hard times at this time and begin to talk about what the government is doing? And should begin to talk about clear timelines as well to fix the problem. Not to begin to now trivialize and scandalize and begin to distort everybody and come up with ridiculous, unfortunate comparisons. Look at the last one too. That kidnapping is it as bad as the ones in South Africa? Is that how does that even make any sense? So we should wait till when we are as bad as South Africa before we begin to complain, and then to now begin to attack the media where it came from, its own original place. That newspapers are just coming up with this data, these figures, these headlines to sensationalize and sell newspapers. And I say that it is troubling, it is frightening to note that these are people who are in the corridors of power. These are people who have the ears and the attention of the president. If this is their thinking pattern, Sandra, we're in trouble.
Thank you very much, Saidford. I appreciate. Let's now open the phone line in order for us to get the contribution of dear listeners. 0913 6000 410. 0913 6000 410. That is the number to call for you to share your thoughts. You have just 2 minutes, straight to the point, and let's keep things clean. You can also send in text messages and WhatsApp messages to 0913 6000 430. 0913 6000 430. That is the number to send your text and WhatsApp messages. Please do not call the number for text messages and WhatsApp messages. All right, we will not pick it. We will not be able to pick it. So direct all calls to 0913 6000 410. We're also live on Facebook and YouTube, so you can join the conversation there as well and drop your contributions via the live chat section on our streaming platforms on Facebook and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM on both platforms. Would appreciate that. You can also like and share the post as well. Would appreciate the support. All right, let's take our first call for the day. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Madam Sandra. Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. My name is Malam Salau.
All right, Malam Salau. You're welcome.
Good morning. You see, Madam, let me tell you, our situation in this country today is even worse than Somalia. It's worse than Somalia in the sense that today you can see women are selling their womb not to make money, just to feed their family. People are selling their organs. Am I communicating, Madam?
I'm with you.
You understand? As I'm teaching to you now, a derica of rice is 1,100. Now, a situation that someone has 3 kilos, less than 3, only 3, 10,740. How many derica of rice do you expect to feed them? None of them can afford to bring food on their own. You need an average of 6,000 naira in a day to feed your family. As a plan one, people of our own level. And you don't have the source of 1,000, 2,000 a day. So a big thing that will happen to every man to see his children starving. He has nothing he can do. You understand? And someone is telling me that the situation in the country, the economy in the country is not bad as some, it's the cheapest or whatever, I don't know how he put it, in Africa. Madam,
all right.
Just to tell you that these people, they don't care. They don't even know what we are passing through. That is why they come with any policy of the economy and they push it to us.
All right. Thank you very much, Salau. I'm sure that's as regards Bayo Onanuga's response to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar's statement as regards the economic policies of this administration.
How are you, Mokola?
Good morning, Pastor Ambrose.
Good morning. This morning we can go for another day. Omobola, I heard words loud and clear.
All right.
I I align with his thought. The president himself said nobody should pity him. And if it wasn't the president that was there, what will 𝐻𝐷𝐼 be saying at this time? Where cost of living is beyond the reach of anybody. Yeah, a retired civil servant on Instagram was saying he regretted voting for Tinubu. They said Atiku is they are the same. Atiku, Tinubu, they are all same of the same. But let him play the opposition well. And if they say it's the chief opposition, it is okay. Because these people will get there, they will be giving excuses. And saying, okay, leave there now, let somebody else go there. No. After 4 years now again, you will spend money, you will use dogs, you will come back again. Look at the economy. Look at garri, look at rice, look at pure water, look at ororo,
egg.
What is it? Look at insecurity. So for me, what Atiku said, whether he would have done better or not, is not our issue now. The man that is there now is our concern. They should come and look for solution. No, they should come and look for solution. Nigerians are dying in hunger. No medical, nothing. Is it that will continue? And they are telling us they are gathering money until everybody dies. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Pastor Ambrose. Well, all is well that ends well. Well, is this going to end well? We don't know. So good morning.
That end well.
Yeah, good morning, Alakunle.
Good morning, Mr. Alakunle.
As regards what Atiku said about the government, truly he has spoken well, but the truth of the matter still stands that if you are given the same situation, will you have done better? Because the hydra-headed monsters like this.
Hello? Oh, I'd like to hear what the hydra-headed monster has to, do in this particular scenario. Please do well to call back, Mr. Alakunle, to complete your thoughts on this conversation. I look forward to that. Hello, good morning. Hello? Oh, okay. I think that's from our end then. Hello? All right. Well, stay with us, not to worry. Seems to be some audio issues there with the phone line. I think that's what caught Mr. Alakunle off there. But stay with us, not to worry. As we been mentioning earlier on, we have other platforms for you to share your contributions to. You can send a text message or a WhatsApp message to 0913 6004 0913-600430, or you can join the conversation on Facebook or YouTube. The live chat section is open for you to drop your comment there. We have some messages there. We have Ugwaja Elijah is saying, good morning, I see you from Mushin, Lagos. You're welcome, Mr. Elijah. Also have Patrick Obiazo saying, Fuad and Sandra, please, how far about the celebrated Port Harcourt refinery and the promised student loan scheme? Please, let's not remind Fuad about student loan scheme. I beg us. All of which are already running behind the promised dates. Or are they functioning behind our backs? It is rather unfortunate that Bayo Onanuga, just like Reno Mokri, would delight in giving us statistics on how much more hunger, killings, and kidnappings are happening in other countries compared to Nigeria, when families of victims are hurting with hunger and frustration is ravaging the land. Instead of telling us what specific actions the government have or is taking to curb the national menace and restore hope to Nigerians, I'm surprised that he did not mention Peter Obi in his article as the cause of problems. You cannot run an effective government by propaganda, but by planning. Propaganda is basically used as a tool in warfare and campaigns, not governance. And that is Patrick Obiazo sharing his own thoughts there. Hello? All right, 0913-600410. That is the number to call to share your thoughts. 0913-600410. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Sandra Olakune here.
All right,
perfect.
yes.
Yeah.
Good that you called back.
Thank you. As I was trying to say, I understand Atiku's position. It's only normal if you're in your position, you hit the government of the day hard. And now, the government is at its lowest ebb, considering the challenges they are facing presently. So it's welcome. However, would he have done better or not? Well, I doubt that. But, and I'm sure government of the day presently probably didn't expect all these things to spiral out of control this much. The two things they did were done in good faith, and we needed to do them. However, once you're in government, you must find a way around situations and work towards it and ensure that things work out right. 7 months gone, working here and there, trying to put things right and all of that. The Nigerians have been so hit, and the complaints are getting louder than expected. Something must give in. Hopefully, the few things government trying to do and fight, I hope we can find a way around it to be able to push it right and do the needful. So we expect security to improve, but on the long run of it, we will still be going back to the word federalism, where we're able. I think government is carrying too much, and they truly need to devolve some of all these powers to the states, so that they also can breathe and be able to fight all this scourge. The central police cannot do a whole lot of this. We have about 400,000 police and 200 million people. It will never work. It will never work. So something must give in. But government is still government. They have to ensure that lives and property is in their purview, and they must do what they need to do to ensure that it is done well. Thank you very much, and God bless.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Olakunle. Thank you for calling back. 0913-6000-410. That is the number to call. Federalism. Well, that's a conversation that we've always had here, and I'm sure someone is probably wondering what exactly we mean. Well, I mean, it's just simple, based on democratic rules and institutions in which every province or nation has its own region. Oh, thank you very much. Yes, regional way of government. So that's just, it's a political system that's just based on democratic rules and institutions in a national and regional or state government level. Just in case you're wondering, it's Mainland 98.3 FM, 8 minutes past 9, and you are on to Mainland Focus. All right, 0913-6000-410. And for text messages and WhatsApp messages is 0913-6000-430. Hello, good morning. Hello? 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 All right, just stay with us. We'll see how we can, clear that off. There seems to be an issue with our phone line this morning, but not to worry. The WhatsApp platform is open as well for you to, send your WhatsApp messages or your text messages, just in case you're struggling to, pull through the phone line. We have messages on Facebook, so we'll be back to the phone line in a bit. So stay with us. Issa Benjamin on Facebook is saying, "Good morning, Mainland FM. If the government is faulting ransom payments, what have they done to stop kidnapping over the years? One cannot allow his loved ones to be killed by kidnappers because the government that can't secure citizens said it's an offense to pay ransom. The government of the day has disappointed Nigerians like the previous government of Buhari. If Mr. Bayo Onanuga doesn't have anything to say to Nigerians, I think he needs to be quiet. His statement is an embarrassment to Nigerians, and it angers the people the more. What is happening in Nigeria, from insecurity to economy, is visible to the blind and loud to the deaf. No one needs to deceive anyone." And that is Benjamin from Shogunle. I also have here. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
All right.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I'm hearing you. It's like something is wrong with your line. We are just hearing you. I'm hearing you. Thing is cut off.
We can hear you now.
No, we can hear you now. Not to worry. Thank
you.
All right.
I like you so much.
All right.
Okay.
Yes, on this issue of ransom, Mr. Fawab, what brought about the ransom? What brought about the ransom is because the government failed to secure us. If I keep mentioning the people that fail to pay ransom,
And at the end of the day, when they didn't meet up the target, they killed them. In fact, so many. This morning I heard it from news. A student, in Zaria, he was kidnapped because the kidnapper requested for a certain amount. The parent could not meet up. At the end of the day, they killed the guy. So many like that. Look at the recent one, the 𝐾𝐇. Running around and get 7 million. And then the money for people. So look at that age. They live there, and it's just unfortunate. That's what I said. What brought about the ransom? It's because the government failed to secure. They must look for alternative. It's an embarrassment and it's getting out of hand. President Muhammadu Buhari for 8 years didn't do this one too was there. If you see, the government is about securing people. There's no joke about it. So, like one of your speakers said, if they need, they decentralize the security, all well and good. Because the government that does not secure its people is no government. And let me come back to Atiku's statement. Atiku's statement, as far as I'm concerned, is very, very welcome. Very welcome. Because a government that does not have a steady currency is no government. Because it's like they don't know what they are doing. And we cannot continue to mess up like this. Nigeria is suffering. Inflation is all everywhere. The value of Nigeria that is talking. And it's just unfortunate. It's because it's working for the government of the day. But we have to say the reality. The reality of that is like the Nigerians are suffering. So let me just stop there. Have a nice day.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate. Okay. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Don Peters.
Yes, you're welcome.
Good morning, Fouad.
Good morning, Don Peters.
Please, Sandra, are we still campaigning, please?
No.
I think APC have won. And what we expect from them right now is political governance. So why are they still calling right now and sounding as if they are campaigning? Please, if these people don't know that they are the people in power, let me just remind them this morning. The time of campaign, propaganda, promises is over. What is at hand right now is governance. And that is what Nigerians are expecting from you. You ask a question, will Atiku have done better? Yes, he will have done better. I am not his spokesperson, but I can tell you for free, he could have done better because he has his articulated policy that he wants to use to govern Nigeria intact. Atiku attended all the debates and all where they call him to come and answer questions when he wants to be president. Then what do we have at hand? We have a man who did not attend any. Right now, Nigerians are hungry. Nigerians are dying. Business are growing. We are expecting these people right now to give us the quality governance. That is exactly what we are demanding. Not telling us that this one will work, this one will not work. Okay? Please. The poor is eating the middle class as at this moment. If you don't know it today, the kidnapping we are seeing is because of lack of quality governance. The middle class right now is suffering in the hands of the poor. That is just the truth. That is what is tearing up all this insecurity in Nigeria. Immediately the people start dishing out quality governance, all this insecurity will die down naturally. The poor is trying to eat up the rich. That is what is going on. And we have foreseen this thing before now. We are crying about it. That is exactly what is before us. The poor do not have anything to eat right now. It is a cry for you to ride a good car on the road of Nigeria right now. If you don't know, you know it today. So everybody please stay on guard. Don't keep late night because the whole area is not all that good. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Don Peters. Appreciate. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. Yes, I can.
Yeah, my name is Jerry.
All right, where are you calling from?
I'm currently at Yano School around Lasso.
Okay.
So I want to contribute to what you have said. For me, I think reforming the security sector, like the police and all, is the major issue that we currently have. Last year, December, I was robbed. Like, thief came to my house, entered my house and taken away with millions of gadgets. When I got to the jurisdiction, it took them more than 10 fishermen that was close by. I was just MD track or this guy. I have all these details. Can you people work with and sack everybody? People will be complaining that the police are here again and the rest of them. And that was how
the whole thing was frustrated. You know, I wept because I can see that not even if you are unable to do your job, you saw someone that has done the job to a level for you, but you are not ready to follow it up. You are not ready. So the security architecture for this nation has to be reviewed, has to be revised. I can tell you, that's just from me. Then on the statement of Atiku, we know that there's a political statement embedded in it, but there's a truth. There's a truth. There's no smoke without fire.
All right.
These people in the government.
Thank you very much. That was quite a long one. Apologies to every other caller. Yes. Hello, good morning. Oh, that was a mistake there. 0913-6000-410. This is Mainland 98.3 FM. You are listening to MENT is keeping the business of kidnapping thriving and successful. What are the alternatives to ransom payment in a kidnapping situation, and how best can the government and security operatives address scourge of kidnapping across the country? We're also looking at the presidency versus Atiku over Tinubu's economic policies. Atiku is saying a whole lot, saying that Tinubu's economic policy is dashing the hopes of Nigerians, and then you have the presidency responding with the fact that Atiku Abubakar is offering uninformed interventions on the economy, saying that there's no grounded facts in what Atiku is saying. What is your take on the government's response? Hello, good morning. Hello, yes.
Good morning.
We can hear
you.
Hello, good morning, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Fuad. And Madam Sandra.
Good morning.
Well, on the issue of kidnapping, it has become a big business now.
What's your name, sir?
My name is Kenneth.
Where are you calling from? All right, please go.
Yeah, so kidnapping has become a big business, and the attraction now is actually spreading. Many people are now seeing that the government is not doing anything about it, and people are beginning to get used and get involved. Everybody wants to see it as a big way to cash out. The other day we heard that a reverend that was kidnapped, it was only the secretary, the financial secretary of the church that organized himself and kidnapped this man. That is how attractive it has become. Now, saying people should not pay ransom, I think what the government should be telling the people is that every life of every Nigerian now is insured. Now, whoever is kidnapped and the government is unable to rescue such a person alive, and there is a harm incurred to such person, the government should pay compensation to the family. If the government can come up with that, they cannot begin to talk about paying ransom is an offense. But what are you doing to ensure the life of people? If you cannot assure Nigeria that whenever anybody suffer any harm in the hands of kidnappers, such a person's family will be compensated, the responsibility of that person will not be on the shoulders of the government. Then we cannot say, okay, we will not pay ransom to the kidnappers anymore. The government takes full responsibility of what they are supposed to do. I think that is my contribution this morning. Right. But to say don't pay ransom, and you are not doing anything to rescue people, I don't think that's going to work. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kenneth. Appreciate. 0913-6000-410. Hello. Good morning.
Sandra, how are you?
I'm well, Mr. Peter. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
How are you there?
I did well.
Now, the government refuses to fight kidnappers. I say refuses. I don't want to say they don't have the ability. They have the ability, but they refuse to end kidnapping in Nigeria. Now you are telling Nigerians that paying a ransom is criminal. It's an offense. So kidnapping is not an offense again in Nigeria, which is what the government is supposed to fight and make sure that if they cannot eradicate it, they should reduce it. You don't do that, and you are telling Nigerians that you need to pay ransom so that they don't kill your loved one. It's an offense. Now, intuitively, what does this translate to? So it means that the government is the one encouraging the kidnapping. I don't want to, if I ask Fuad now, I say, Fuad, can you convince me? It's a question, I'm not making a statement, it's a question. Can you convince me that
the kidnappers are not working for security operatives, or security operatives are not involved in kidnapping, maybe you will do that research and get back to me, because I don't understand. Kidnapping has come to stay in Nigeria as a lucrative business for people, and the government does nothing. They are killing monarchs, they are killing innocent school children, they are killing drivers, they are killing everybody, and the government does nothing and do not want to do nothing. For 𝐻𝐼𝑍, let me say this. It's lucky that it's saving a government in Nigeria, that the people are the ones feeding them. If it were to be like what Mrs. Barack Obama told us, that in America they feed themselves and they feed their visitors. I don't know. I have people working in government. I have AIG of police. My friend, I used to visit him. Right. Let me tell you and remind Nigerians, go and check. Most of them are not buying food, they are not buying fuel, they are not buying nothing. Everything you hear on the station. Enter their houses, you see 7 to 8 different for different kinds of meat. 𝐻𝐼𝑍 is eating, and it's comparing us with other African countries with all the mineral resources.
Thank you very much, Mr. Peter. Please, let's try to stick within the 2 minutes time frame that's allotted to every caller, so we can get as many contributions as possible. All right, would really appreciate that. Apologies to anyone who has sent in WhatsApp message. We seem to be having some small issues with the WhatsApp line, but it's been resolved as we speak. So very soon we'll be able to take your WhatsApp messages in a minute from now. 0913-600410. That is the number to call to share your thoughts and your contribution this morning. Hello, good morning.
Yes, I'll be back.
All right, Mr. Bakari, please go on.
Okay. Well, I will not dwell much on the Atiku issue. I agree totally with what analysis of that issue, and I stand by it, and I adopt it as my position as well. Now, what is actually my worry is the issue of security and the legality of the position by police personnel telling Nigerians not to pay ransom. You see, I don't know whether we can make a law that will stop someone from crying when he is whipped, because that's what that part of the law is trying to my understanding of that law. I have never seen the jurisprudence, legally speaking, where a law will be made telling a child not to cry when he is whipped. Naturally, that law will be tested and it will be vacated, because it's against natural phenomenon. No law should be against natural phenomenon. And in this instance, what is the natural phenomenon? In Nigeria, it's a kidnap, and the family is contacted and money is demanded. What are the factors? Do you have hope that the Nigerian police will respond? Do you have hope that that person will be rescued following the usual way of securing individuals? Like if an American is arrested or is kidnapped somewhere, we are sure that they have the mindset, they have the wherewithal, and they have the capacity to storm anywhere and get that person rescued. They came into Nigeria in a black of Nigerians, and they rescued an American out of a distress situation. So if you have that kind of phenomenon, and you are sure you know that your country can't save you, why should there be a law to not tell you not to pay ransom, which seems usually to be the only option available to saving that life of that individual who is kidnapped? So I think that is my analysis of this matter. Right. That law must be tested, and Nigerians must be assured of the security of their lives. It is not a matter of legality, it's a matter of reality. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, let's go to the WhatsApp line now and see what we have there. We have quite some messages there as well. We have I'm getting threats.
Threats, okay.
Yeah,
I'm not reading messages.
I'm not reading messages. All right, Abraham Ayotunde from Ikeja is saying, when will this government be serious with the lives of its citizens? Is it not the same government that kept us on rehabilitating Boko Haram, now telling us not to pay ransom? Well, good morning. Thank you very much. We also have good morning, Sandra and Fuhad. Okay. Mr. Bayononuga may have been right nominally, but he should have balanced his observations or submission with the flip side reality of massive unemployment, poor infrastructure, and social amenities. It seems especially insensitive to say such at this time because that supposed low cost of living seems far above the reach of the majority of Nigeria's population. And that is Akin Adigun sharing his own thoughts there. I also have good morning. This is Joshua from Oregon. Mr. Fuad, seriously, with the way things are going with the figures, these kidnappers are calling someone will be tempted to join the business because it's really
not a business. I think we need to condemn it. It's criminal. It's and that's even one thing that people are saying. The people are even calling for capital punishment. For acts like this. So it's condemnable, completely condemnable. It's criminal, and it should never be encouraged. But we are talking about the reality of Nigerians at this time who unfortunately find themselves, in kidnappers den and all of that. What are they supposed to do? What are the security operatives supposed to do? That's what we're talking about. But it's criminal. It's not a business. You can't even call it a business.
This is getting too hard by the day. If someone went and does something bad, you people will be saying there's no justification for crime. But if the legit business is not paying, what do you want people to do? You
can't rationalize criminality, no matter what.
What do you mean?
For a lot of us who are doing legitimate business, there was the option of going into criminality now. So on no basis can you justify kidnapping or any form of criminality. A criminal is a criminal. That's why the government has to now step up and solve that problem.
Good morning, crew. The spate of kidnappings in Nigeria is assuming worrisome dimensions. The primary role of governments the world over is to secure the lives of their citizens. Sentiments aside, Tinubu's government has failed to secure Nigerians, as it were. If government wants to discourage crowdfunding, let them secure the lives of Nigerians. I'm not an admirer of Atiku, but constrained to align with his comment. Cost of commodities and services in our country is going out of control. Onuga should not attempt to defend the obvious. Is this what renewed hope is all about? Peter Abulime sharing his own thoughts there. I also have here, it is wrong for Mr. Onanuga to criticize Alhaji Atiku's comment. I'm sure he doesn't know what the masses are going through. No security, no food, no energy, yet they aren't ashamed of themselves. Tony from Idimo is sharing that one. I also have Good Morning Mainland Radio presenters and listeners. 1. Ransom payment is not the cause of the increase in the level of insecurity in Nigeria, but the failure and inability and weakness of the government to step on the toes of the sponsors of terrorists. 2. Atiku Abubakar versus Bola Tinubu. The economic team of the government is applying poor economic policies and playing politics with the lives of Nigerians. It's so sad. Olumuyiwa from Festac. Thank you very much. I also have quite a number of messages on Facebook, so permit me to just rush through that as well. All right. Thank you very much, Fuad. Okay. James Obona saying, Good Sandra and distinguished Fuad, I greet you remotely. Please, Mr. Fuad, try and make it to the studio because I want you to react to this. Unfortunately, he just stepped out. I'm so sorry about that. Yesterday in church, 2 people gave testimony. One was going to school and didn't know that the bus she entered was kidnappers' bus, but she said it was a school bus. She sat in front with the driver and somehow she was singing and praying silently. She didn't know why. She said at a point the driver stopped and was begging her to come down. The driver said so like something entered with her. The others at the back were also begging her to come down. The driver said they were not school people but kidnappers. He begged her not to act as if anything is happening when coming down from the bus. He even offered to drop her if her school was still far. Sandra in this Lagos. The other girl noticed that the man was following her. She entered the shop and the man followed her. To cut a long story short, it was a woman in another shop that rescued her in this same Lagos last week. Mr. Fuad, don't you think we should be probing the supposed school buses if it was a real school or camouflage? Ransom payment is thriving. Well, thank you very much, Mr. James Ogbona, for sharing that one. Well, I mean, I don't think this issue now is constrained to any particular region. Now, the recent kidnapping has been Kwara and Ekiti. So, the Southwest is also unfortunately involved in this now. Basil Chika Bende from Trade Fair. There is no gainsaying that ransom payment encourages kidnapping, at the same time lifesaver for the victims, because government is seen helpless to the situation. So to stop it, government should take responsibility with intelligence and take the fight to the criminals. Then for the war of words going on between Atiku and Onanuga, The truth is the government has failed, and that's why they cannot accept criticism, even when it is obvious that Nigeria has collapsed. Well, Nigeria has not collapsed, it will not, and that's why we're having this conversation. So help us God. All right, we also have good morning, Sandra and Fuad. I agree with Atiku and I disagree with Onanuga. The 𝐴bínpawá message resonates the reality of the lives of most Nigerians. We are in a kakistocracy, or at best plutocracy. We see clearly class conflict, corruption, self-delusion, greed, selfish motives, deliberate avoidance of social responsibilities, outright lies, rhetorics, and the use of unmitigated propaganda. Well, God help Nigeria, and that's Tony Ajishegiri sharing his own there. Well, I also have quite a lot of messages on Facebook, but I will be back in a bit. Let's go back to the phone line, 0913-6410. This is Mainland 98.3 FM. Hello, good morning. Good morning, Prince Wise. Please go on.
Thank you, my dear.
Yes.
You see, the kidnapping matter, no family, no parents realize what to remain with another person inside the bush and instead of not the federal government today. I don't know the man that led the security services. If they not perform, the person to tell it to go home, employ people that will learn to save the country. Because all these things, kidnapping, terrorism, it is work of guesses. You know where they are headed, they are meeting. How did they go? I don't know why. So those organizations for me, it's not working. And if it's not working, the federal government, the state government should prepare money. Whenever they kidnap or themselves, they must pay. Because no parents, that is how operators will speak. But not that mean they are speaking for Nigeria. They are speaking for themselves. Because they want it to fail, but then they take over. When you talk about this country, it started when you have UPN, UPN will start with FPN, FPN will answer UPN. We start 20 years ago. But as of now, Onanuga is doing his work. When you attack, it will answer you. That is politics. They will play for the next level from around. So each one of them is doing their own job. Onanuga to me, he must defend his government, defend his president, but for Nigeria, we are all talking. I'm talking now, I'm talking to save the country. I think we're talking to save their own party to become a friend tomorrow. So what I know, both of them have played their game. Tomorrow to you, Alexander.
Thank you very much, Prince Wise. That's a very interesting take, if I might add. But then, I mean, that's the beauty of the conversations we have here on radio, the diversity. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, Sandra, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
He has left the studio.
Yeah, this is Samuel calling from Ikeja.
Okay.
Yes, Madam Sandra, it's unfortunate that we find ourselves in this situation. You know, the statement from the spokesperson of the president, I am not surprised because, he's living in another planet. You understand? Living in another planet. So we are not living in the same planet, the ransom payment and this thing. Do you know what? Something happened and it was in the news last week in my state, in my local government. Two brothers were kidnapped, and in the process of paying the ransom, one of their elderly brother that's supposed to go and give the kidnappers the ransom. On his way, he went there after delivering the ransom. At the end of the day, they received the ransom. At the end of the day, they killed the guy. You can see the irony. So that kind of family. What do you think is? And somebody is somewhere telling us that the people should not pay ransom. So you as a government, what are you doing? What are you doing to stop this madness that is going on? It's unfortunate.
Right.
Thank you.
Well, it is unfortunate. I don't know how close you are to that person, but I'm so sorry about that incident. That's very, very sad to hear. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, ma.
Yes, good morning, sir.
My name is Michael.
All right, Mr. Michael, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from GRA, Nikeja.
Okay, please go ahead.
I don't know what to say because this Nigeria government is something else. For you to say that people should not pay ransom, I think that statement is go beyond with the citizen. Because first of all, let us ask our leader. Most of these guys that are doing this kidnapping job is their boys. They are the one that actually started this thing from the beginning.
Whose boys?
Most of them, they bought this gun that they are using for them.
Right. Let's be very, very careful of the accusations and allegations that we spew on radio. Very, very important that let's not have unfounded of what we dispense on radio. Is very important. All right. Issues on Facebook. Prince Shola, equality, unemployment as alternatives to the ransom payment. The government, additionally, without succumbing to. All right. This story makes me to remember my father's adage: security, everything that is, because the people have to protect. Sharing that he knows all the antics in every day, and 9 months down the line, the government has not proven any capacity to arrest the ugly situation. Attacking Atiku by the government spokesperson or its supporters is expected from a government that has little or nothing to offer in stopping the ransom if you become a victim, because anyone into this very unfortunate. Your messages on Facebook or even on what's the comments of Atiku to know that things are not favorable to the generality of Nigerians at this present time. Bayan Onuga is only deliberately pretending not to know the true state of things in this country, and it's so unfortunate for such a brilliant journalist to be so he has failed to be president after. The government will continue to find the best ways to tackle insecurity and economic challenges among a plethora of policies meant to alleviate the present economic challenges. People will perform. Naijasi Madun, 𝐿 KK sharing his own thoughts. Well, that's a very interesting thought if you ask me there. Let's take one more call, and that's a wrap for today on Mainland Focus on Mainland 98.3 FM. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Please.
My name is Robert.
Where are you calling from?
Apapa, Lagos.
All right, Mr. Robert. No, but you have just a minute. Please go ahead.
We don't need to hear from Atiku before we know that the economy, things are bad now. It's not just this Tinubu regime. Right from they are becoming from Buhari regime. You understand? And I think this government do not have the solution to the problem. We will continue to cry like this. Maybe till 4 years, then they will not smuggle themselves back again to power, and continue the pain. Like one of your callers used to say, Prince Rias, I'm very sorry to mention this. He's an APC member. I don't know why he's blaming.
You see, that's the thing with this. It's very simple. Just call in, share your thoughts, without having to directly or respond directly to anyone or having to call anyone out directly. All right, everybody is entitled to their opinion, and that's how we try to be as open and as unbiased as possible here at Mainland FM. Just call in, anyone, whoever is, whatever affiliation you have, call in, share your thoughts. Let's have a contribution. At the end of the day, I hope that we all are here for the greatness of our nation, for the good of our nation, of our country, Nigeria, at the end of it all. So that's a wrap for today on Mainland Focus. Thank you very much to everyone who was a part of the conversation, from Facebook to WhatsApp to text messages and to the phone line. We sincerely appreciate. But the conversation never ends here at Mainland FM. So join us by 4 p.m. or join Okoyemi Akinyode by 4 p.m. in the Situation Room for further conversations. In the meantime, don't go